What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to another PE Nintendo Switch and gaming news video. Hopefully you guys' Thursdays are going great. I'm doing really good myself. We've got a lot of new users to the channel, so thank you to each and every single one of you guys. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into the content here. So Splatoon 2 has sold over 1 million copies in Japan. Now, depending on the different sales trackers out there, this number could fluctuate. Plus, we don't have digital sales overall, but it's pretty much a lock at this point that Splatoon 2 has sold over 1 million copies in Japan. Now, the Media Create has a total of 949,737 units. However, Famitsu, which also tracks a few more different places such as like online retailers and things like that, has Splatoon 2 at 1,013,842 units. Now, if you factor in the digital sales from Nintendo's eShop itself, where Splatoon 2 is still one of the top 5 titles being sold, then it should be over 1 million units globally, regardless of whatever Famitsu or Media Create that you use. Now, Nintendo has confirmed that Splatoon 2 was a global million seller recently, but aside from that, we don't have any concrete numbers from Nintendo themselves in terms of Japan. But overall, I'm pretty sure that you can say that Splatoon 2 is probably over 2 million units easy at this point, because if you factor in the US, if you factor in Japan, and you factor in Europe, it's probably over 2 million units. Nintendo also added in that there's been 400 million battles being played. So yeah, a lot of people are online, a lot of people are hopping in, and people are loving the content that Splatoon 2 offers. Now, as many of you guys know, we play Splatoon 2 all the time in our PE Arena game nights. We have a ton of fun. You guys jump in. We've got Discord voice chat as well. So you guys know right here on PlayerEssence, we be splatting it up with all of the crew. Remember, we probably will be having more Splatoon 2 game nights. Make sure you check out the link in the description below. Follow it there, learn how to get in on the action in terms of Splatoon 2 and playing with all of us here and being on the Discord voice chat. But yo, it's a ton of fun, and it's no surprise that Splatoon 2 is really selling this much. I figured that it would be a massive seller, especially after Splatoon 1, and I think the only thing that was holding Splatoon 1 back from being bigger as far as even sustained sales was the fact that the Wii U died. That's the only reason why, is that the Wii U died, and there was some limiting things as far as the design of the game being based around the Wii U, having to have the gamepad looking back and forth. Not everyone loved that, but with Splatoon 2, you get the same motion controls that people loved on the gamepad, but then you also have the option to use a controller yourself. You have some great Splatfest, you still have a good single player, you also have the Salmon Run, in addition to new modes and different things within the base of the game, which is the online multiplayer. A lot of great stats as far as the clothes. There's just so many things to do. I've talked about this a number of times. Splatoon 2 is worth every single penny. It's a fantastic game, and I'm glad to see that they have these great sales, and that's going to continue, man, because we'll probably get a Splatoon 3 in the next 2 years or so. I know that they said that they're going to be doing 2 years of content as far as free DLC, free updates to the game when it comes to weapons and stages. So I'm pretty sure that after those 2 years, we're probably going to see a Splatoon 3 on the Nintendo Switch as well, but who knows what the Switch will look like and what will be going on in 2 years from now. That is a long time in terms of technology and what these companies are doing. So let me know about Splatoon 2 in the comment section below. Are you enjoying it? Are you having fun? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Alright, and moving on to a little bit of a controversial topic. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle Season Pass has been announced. So we have new weapons, solo challenges, co-op maps, and story content. Now, Ubisoft has announced a Season Pass for Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. The Season Pass will cost $19.99, and it will include access to the following things. So, available at launch, if you do buy the Season Pass, you'll get 8 unique steampunk weapons that will be available, each with its own statistics. These items will be exclusive to the Season Pass owners. Then in the fall, so later down the line, probably November-ish or something like that, players will be able to test their skills with new solo challenges or with a friend through additional co-op maps. Then available in 2018, players will be able to play through a brand new story content. So this is kind of similar, I guess, to the Season Pass that Nintendo did with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for $20. You're going to get some additional content when it comes to weapons or items. Then you're going to get some co-op maps and challenges, which The Legend of Zelda, they did do that. They actually did the Trials that you have there. But this one they're doing that, and then in 2018 you're getting some new story content to the game. And Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is available next week on Tuesday. But I want to talk about this because a lot of you guys were like, hey, what do you think about this? They're announcing DLC before the game is even launched. What? And I'm just like, what does it matter? And I've always said this about DLC for PlayStation, for Xbox, for everything. And you've never seen me really complain about that type of stuff. Because if the game, once again, has all the base content, if it looked good, if there was enough content for you to purchase the game in the first place, and then they're releasing DLC in the fall, I mean, obviously you get like a little pre-order bonus or whatever the case is, but the main content of the game is going to be the additional skills, solo challenges, and co-op maps, in addition to a big story content in 2018. So that stuff isn't locked on the disc or anything like that. It's going to be available later. And the game already includes enough for you to be happy in terms of content. Everyone that's been playing it, pretty much the review copies are out there in the wild, and everyone who's been playing it says that it's pretty good, that it has a lot of content, everything's going to be good. So I don't understand the problem with them doing DLC or a season pass down the line. If you want to play the story, additional content, if you want to play those other things that's going to be available much later after the game launches, then there's nothing wrong with charging for that. That's DLC, that's okay. Now if you lock it behind on the disc or something like that, then you have to pay for an unlock key, then I can understand. But this is a long-term type of deal. So I don't understand why some people are upset. There's plenty of content in the game. You'll get a full experience pretty much playing the game through, just like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, just like some of these other season passes we see out there, like Battlefield, or like other games there's been season passes. And you know what, if you love the content, if you feel that the content in the base game is fine for your $60 or for your $50 or whatever you pay for, whatever discount that you have, then you should be fine with the game. And like I said, I've held true to this, whether it's Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo. Heck, there's DLC or there's stuff for Horizon Zero Dawn. There's expansions for pretty much every single major game out there, Nintendo included. So I don't really see the issue here. If you like the base pack, as far as what they're giving them, purchase the game. If you want to wait a little bit, maybe you get a discount on the game and then you get this $20 season pass, then you can pick it up early next year if you feel that that should have been included. So maybe it goes down to $40 and then you pick up the season pass plus all that, then you get it for $60. So that's not something that you have to purchase right away, and you can check out to see the reviews, see what people say about the base game, how much content is in there, and then you can make your decision then. But like I said, I've always been pretty consistent when it comes to me talking about DLC and what I like and what I don't like, and this is fine to me. It's available as far as the main story content in 2018. It's not coming out till 2018, so it's going to take a little bit of time for them to work on it post-launch of the game. So I don't have a problem with that, and I also think that it helps improve sales in the long term when you do have extra content, DLC, for people to jump into. So I know some of you guys are upset about this, but I'm definitely not upset about it. I think personally, from who I've spoken to and from what I've seen, the game has plenty of content for the price that it's being sold at, like various other games on various platforms. So there are some bad season passes and season stuff, but I don't really think this is one of them. So that's my opinion on the matter. I know some of you guys will disagree, but that's just what I think. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below as far as Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and will you be picking up the game on Tuesday? Alright, and moving on to the last article here, we do have details on Fire Emblem Warriors when it comes to the pair-up system, dual attack guard, the mystery, and more. Plus there's screenshots, so please make sure you check out Perfectly Nintendo. They had a fantastic write-up on a lot of this stuff here, so let's go ahead and get into some of the base content. So today Fire Emblem Warriors was featured in the Famitsu magazine, which means that it's time for a bunch of new details. Now of course we had 4 new characters recently announced, and they look freaking awesome. You can also check out trailers. I've talked about it before, but we also have some more content here, and that is the pair-up system, which was first introduced in Fire Emblem Awakening, and I think might have been in one of the other games as well, but pretty much made popular in Fire Emblem Awakening. Now in Fire Emblem Warriors, when you get close to an ally, you can select pair-up, and from there you can pair up with them and kind of roll around and do some special attacks and battle together. Now one character is at the front and one is at the rear, and when you're paired up with another person, you can do double attacks as far as a gauge that appears, and when it's filled up, you can break through the enemy's guard. So it just basically powers it up. You do some double attacks, you do some fancy combos, then bam, break through their guard. Now there's also the dual guard system, which also appears when you're paired up with another character. When it's completely filled, the dual guard allows you to nullify enemy attacks, so you have some good defense there as well. Plus we also have this in terms of the Muso Gauge for both units, and when that is filled up, you can do a dual mystery, a special combo technique, a lot more powerful than the regular attacks. And there's various dual mystery attacks to pull off depending on the combination of characters you use. Yesterday, Koei Tecmo shared a video showing off Marth and Lucina's dual mystery. And of course, it does seem like the more frequently you pair up with characters as far as their affinity or whatever the case is, then you can have a better dual mystery attack. So for example, like Chrom and Lissa, they can have probably their own dual mystery attack, whereas if you pull off something with a different combination of characters, then it's going to be a different type of mystery attack. So there will be special pairs and special dual mystery attacks. So that's pretty cool as well. Now, of course, the new characters, we already did go over them, but I'll talk about it again. So Hinoka, Takumi, Camila, and Leo. Plus, like I said, if you want to check out all of the different artwork and screens, because there's a lot of cool stuff, please make sure you check out Perfectly Nintendo. Link in the description below. Fire Emblem Warriors launches on the Nintendo Switch and new Nintendo 3DS on September 28th in Japan, October 20th in Europe and in North America. So, as many of you guys know, I cover Fire Emblem Warriors quite a bit. I'm really looking forward to this game. It's launching next month in Japan. We'll be getting it the month after in October, and I am super hyped about a lot of this stuff here. There really isn't much more for me to say about the game. I think it's amazing. It looks great. I love all the different stuff that they're adding with the dual mysteries and the special gauges and the dual gauges and just having all these different characters. Love Takumi. He's one of my favorite characters in the Fire Emblem lore, Fire Emblem franchise, so I'm hyped for this. So I don't think there's really much else I can say other than give you guys the information and say that I'm loving everything. The game looks beautiful. So let me know what you guys think about Fire Emblem Warriors, Mario plus Rabbids, Splatoon 2, Breaking a Million, and all the content that we discussed. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon page. Pledge any tier. Be entered to win some awesome prizes. In addition to that, we have Discord voice chat and $10 prize eShop tournaments for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, and more. So support PE Live and PE Arena right here on PlayerEssence. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja for the next video. Peace.